Double, triple job and body work.
Crawford going to the body.
The footwork from Crawford, the openings.
The left hand and the left uppercut.
This meant everything to me. I wanted to give honor to God for blessing me to be here, to be able to perform in front of each and every one of y'all.
Most fighters avoid eye contact with Terence Crawford, not because they're weak, not because they're scared, but because there's something deeply unsettling about the way Crawford looks at opponents before a fight. Calm, cold, unreadable, almost like he already knows how the fight ends. But this challenger didn't care. From the very beginning, he wanted to send a message. He wanted to prove he wasn't intimidated. So during the first face-off, he stepped directly into Crawford's space, chest forward, eyes locked, jaw tight, trying to establish dominance immediately. The crowd reacted instantly because everybody knew one thing: trying to intimidate Terence Crawford is extremely dangerous. Not because Crawford talks a lot, not because he loses control emotionally, but because disrespect seems to activate something different inside him, something ruthless. And the scary part? The challenger kept pushing. At press conferences, he spoke confidently about exposing Crawford. He claimed Crawford had never faced someone as physical as him. He laughed when reporters mentioned Crawford's undefeated record. And slowly, the tension between both fighters started feeling real. Fans became obsessed with the matchup because stylistically it looked fascinating. The challenger was aggressive, powerful, emotionally intense. Meanwhile, Crawford looked completely relaxed, and somehow, that calmness made him even scarier. Throughout fight week, the challenger tried everything possible to gain psychological control. Long stares during face-offs, interrupting interviews, talking during media events. At one point, security even had to step between them after the challenger aggressively bumped shoulders with Crawford. The crowd loved the drama. Social media exploded with opinions. Some fans believed the challenger's confidence was genuine. Others thought he was making a terrible mistake. Because boxing fans understand something important about Terence Crawford. The calmer he looks before a fight, the more dangerous he usually becomes afterward. And Crawford looked terrifyingly calm. Even during open workouts, the difference between both men felt obvious. The challenger trained emotionally, explosive movements, loud energy, big reactions from the crowd. Crawford trained silently, sharp footwork, smooth counters, precise timing, no wasted movement. Every punch looked controlled, calculated, like he was already preparing for specific moments inside the fight. That's what separates elite fighters from dangerous fighters. And Crawford is elite in every category. By fight night, the atmosphere inside the arena felt electric. Fans packed the building early. Camera flashes exploded constantly. Commentators sounded unusually tense because nobody truly knew what would happen. The challenger absolutely had talent, power, aggression, confidence. But confidence against Terence Crawford can become risky because Crawford adapts faster than almost anyone in boxing. He studies patterns quickly, and once he understands your rhythm, the fight becomes a nightmare. The challenger made his entrance first, and immediately the energy changed. He walked toward the ring aggressively, jawing at fans and shadowboxing with intensity. The crowd reacted loudly. You could tell he genuinely believed this was his moment. Then the lights dimmed again, and suddenly, Terence Crawford appeared. No emotion, no wasted movement, just that cold stare. The crowd erupted instantly, because even before the fight begins, Crawford carries an aura that feels different, like a man completely comfortable under pressure. As he entered the ring, the challenger refused to back away during the final stare down. Again, he tried intimidating Crawford, stepping close, talking aggressively, trying to create tension. Crawford didn't react, not even slightly, and somehow, that silence became uncomfortable because the challenger looked emotional. Crawford looked prepared. The referee gave final instructions. Both fighters touched gloves briefly. Then the bell rang. Round one started carefully. The challenger came forward immediately, trying to establish physical pressure early. Fast jabs, heavy feints, aggressive movement. And honestly, it worked better than expected. Crawford stayed patient at first, studying reactions and movement. Meanwhile, the challenger kept talking inside the ring, smiling after exchanges, nodding confidently, trying to show dominance. The crowd loved it. Commentators even mentioned how aggressive the challenger looked. For a moment, it genuinely felt like Crawford might struggle with the pressure. Then something subtle changed. Crawford adjusted his footwork. Tiny movements at first, barely noticeable to casual fans. But experienced boxing viewers immediately recognized the danger. Because once Crawford starts adjusting, everything changes. The challenger kept attacking emotionally, but Crawford had started reading him. Every jab, every exit, every defensive habit. And suddenly, Crawford's counters started landing cleaner. Not huge shots, just sharp reminders. A quick left hand, a sneaky body shot, a perfectly timed counter jab. The challenger still looked confident, but now he was thinking more carefully before attacking. That hesitation matters against fighters like Crawford, because hesitation creates openings. Round 2 began with even more intensity. The challenger stormed forward aggressively again, trying to overwhelm Crawford physically, and early in the round, he landed a strong combination that excited the crowd instantly. Fans jumped from their seats, commentators shouted. The challenger smiled directly at Crawford afterward, almost mocking him. Big mistake, because Crawford's expression changed immediately. Not emotional, not angry, just colder. And that's when the momentum started shifting. Crawford suddenly increased the pace. Sharp counters started slicing through the challenger's defense. Every mistake became punished instantly. The challenger still pressured forward, but now he was getting hit clean during exchanges. A right hook snapped his head backward. Then a body shot landed hard enough to visibly slow him down. The crowd reacted loudly again, because now the fight felt dangerous, very dangerous, and Crawford still looked calm. That's the terrifying part. Even while exchanging heavy punches, his breathing stayed controlled, his eyes stayed focused. Meanwhile, the challenger's aggression was becoming emotional, and emotional fighters make mistakes. Midway through the round, the challenger tried intimidating Crawford again. After a brief exchange, he stepped forward aggressively and started talking directly in Crawford's face. The crowd exploded. Some fans loved the confidence. Others immediately sensed danger because Crawford smiled slightly. Not a happy smile, the kind of smile predators make before attacking. Then he nodded once, almost like he had made a decision. From that moment onward, the fight changed completely. The challenger kept moving forward aggressively, still talking, still trying to dominate mentally. But now something felt different. Crawford wasn't reacting anymore. He was hunting. The atmosphere inside the arena changed instantly. Fans could feel tension building with every exchange, because Terence Crawford had entered another gear. And when Crawford shifts gears during a fight, things usually end badly for somebody. The challenger threw a hard jab and tried stepping inside again, but Crawford countered immediately. A sharp left hand cracked across the face. The challenger stumbled backward slightly. Nothing dramatic, but it was enough to change the energy completely. For the first time all night, the challenger stopped talking. Crawford saw it instantly. That's what elite fighters do. They notice tiny changes, small hesitations, small reactions, small moments of doubt. And once they sense weakness, they attack without mercy. Crawford started controlling distance beautifully now. Every step looked calculated. The challenger kept trying to pressure forward, but suddenly he couldn't land clean anymore. Crawford's defense became impossible to read. 1 second he stood directly in range. The next second, he was gone, countering from a different angle. The crowd started reacting louder after every exchange, because now Crawford looked terrifyingly sharp. A counter right hand slammed into the challenger's guard. Then a vicious body shot landed underneath the ribs. The challenger instantly backed away, and fans noticed something important immediately. His confidence was fading. Not completely, but enough. Enough for Crawford to smell blood. Commentators started mentioning it too. You can see Crawford taking over now. The challenger's aggression is becoming reckless. This is dangerous. And honestly, that might have been an understatement, because Crawford had fully downloaded the fight now. Every pattern, every movement, every mistake. The challenger still tried fighting emotionally, But Crawford was fighting intelligently. That difference becomes deadly over time. Round 3 began, and the pressure immediately looked overwhelming. Crawford walked forward calmly now. No wasted movement, no rushing, just pure control. The challenger tried re-establishing momentum with fast combinations, but Crawford slipped most of them effortlessly, and every miss created punishment. Counter jab, body shot, left hook. The challenger's face slowly started changing. The swagger from fight week was disappearing. Now he looked frustrated, confused, and most importantly, uncomfortable. That's exactly where Crawford wants opponents mentally. Because once frustration takes over, discipline disappears. Then the mistakes become bigger. Midway through the round, the challenger threw a wild right hand, trying desperately to regain control. Crawford slipped it beautifully and answered with a counter so fast the crowd barely saw it.